Hello my friends, it's the Game Boy Geek here. Whip that brain into shape because you're gonna need it today. You're gonna be answering questions about pop culture and sports and movies and all sorts of different things. And you're gonna be betting. You're gonna be throwing chips down, trying to say how confident you are, and if you've bet the most, you'll be on the spot. We are talking about today, You Betcha. This is from Gray Matters Games. It is for 2 to 6 players, takes 20 to 30 minutes to play. This is a game that's on Kickstarter right now, so I'm going to give you an overview of how the game plays, and then I'll see you on the other side. This is a Kickstarter preview, so all the components and artwork are subject to change. Check the Kickstarter's official page to see what the latest is. In You Betcha, you're trying to be the one that gets the most value of chips at the end of 7 rounds. Everyone starts with a total value of 35 in their chips. Everyone will also get a dry erase marker and a player board. At the beginning of each round, every player is going to place 1 chip in the middle of the pot as the ante. The active player is going to roll these 2 dice, and there's different things that can happen. For example, this one says silent bet, and it is the camera icon, which is paparazzi. So that player grabs the card that's for that category, paparazzi, that we rolled, and we read the subject. It's Star Wars films, there's 8 of them. Or it might be Billboard Top 100 Songs by Tupac, 14 of them. Or it could be Pixar films. Or it could be family members of the Brady Bunch. So let's say this was actually it. And since it was a silent bet, everybody is going to secretly write on their board how many family members of the Brady Bunch, there's 9 of them, that they can list within 1 minute. Once everybody has secretly written it down, everyone will flip it over, and whoever is the highest one will place that many value of chips in with the other chips that are in the pot. If the highest one is tied, then they would continue to do a live bet, which essentially is verbally going up from there until someone else has passed and only one player has the highest bid. And then that player would have 1 minute to write down as many Brady names as they can of the family members to try to get to at least 8, because that was what they had bid. And after that minute, we see how they did. They had Peter, Marsha, Greg, Bobby, Jan, Mike, and Alice Nelson, the maid. And we would look on here, and yes, all those were right, but they only got 7, so they did not correctly make their bid. Now, since they were incorrect, the pot gets split evenly with the other players. So there were 5 other players. There was a total pot there. So each of those other players are going to get 2. And because this could be evenly split up with the other 5 people, this stays in the ante pot for next round. So these would all go to the other players. And the one who got it wrong gets nothing. Now, if that player made their bid, they would get the entire pot. And they would get the amount they bid, which was 8 in this case, from the bank. Now that's the end of 1 of the 7 rounds, and you go through those phases again. Now there are different categories on these dice, one of each of the different categories. We'll go over those in just a moment. There's also, instead of a silent bet, a thing called a live bet, where people announce out loud how many they bid, and it goes clockwise until there's no one left, everyone passes, and there's the highest bid left. There's also a way that you can pick. You basically pick your category, and there's also an all play, which works a little bit differently. Now in an all play, there's no bidding involved. In fact, for 1 minute, all the players are secretly writing down as many answers they think are right. We're using the same category just for the sake of continuity. And at the end of that minute, we're going to see who has them right. For every one you get right, you'll be getting 1 chip from the banker. And whoever has gotten the most of them right will take the entire pot. Now if there's a tie, then this gets split evenly and the remaining go back to the bank. Let's look at some of the other categories. For Globetrotters, we'll see things like the European capital cities. Or you might see top 40 largest African countries. Or you might see countries that border Russia. Or you might see US state capital cities west of the Mississippi, and so on and so forth. Jocks are questions obviously about sports, the Major League Baseball players with over 500 runs. Or maybe Heisman Award winners since 1980. Or Super Bowl MVPs since 1980. Or the Masters golf winners since 1980. Or you might have know-it-alls, which is top 20 most popular boy names of 2016. Or Baskin-Robbins 31 original flavors. Or suspects from the board game Clue, one of my favorites as a kid. Or plays written by William Shakespeare. So that's how the game works. Essentially you play 7 rounds. Whoever has the most chips at the end wins. All right, well there you have You Betcha. And as you can tell, this is a light family and party game where you're going to be trying to outbid each other to try to be the one to be put on the spot and try to deliver. Hey, do you really know 7 or 8 Brady kids, or do you just think you might and you got caught up into the bidding and outbid someone, and well, now you're going to be put on the spotlight to either get a lot of chips or let everyone else take chips. So it's that mix of how much do you know, how much are you boasting that you're trying to know, and can you really perform when it's time to do so as everyone's watching you. But there's also that mode of the all play where everyone's playing at the same time to mix things up and allow everyone to get to play once in a while together. So if you're looking for a light party game that has some bidding aspects, has some different categories, different parts of your brain you'll be using, this is something you might want to look at further into. It's on Kickstarter right now. I put a link in the description of this video, and if you want to learn more, I'm sure the people at Gray Matters Games would love your support. Go ahead and click that and check out the entire project.